The night before Thanksgiving in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Fiserv Forum home to Marquette and the number 10 team in the country taking on Stonehill tonight. Welcoming you inside. This Marquette team off to a hot start, unblemished record, hoping to keep that rolling on the home floor today as we bring you courtside. Jason Ross Jr. alongside Phil Martelli, amped up for this one. This Marquette team that Phil has hopes of nothing short of a national title this year, and their continuity is something you love.
Their stability, 0 transfers in, 0 transfers out. It carries over into their attack style. 12 steals a game, 15 assists a game. This is a nationally ranked team for a reason.
Again, did not lose or add any players via that portal, as Phil mentioned. Something they've done each of the last 3 years as we look at our starting lineups presented by Jeep. There's only one. This starting 5 for Marquette, that's coming off the win over Georgia. Then for Stonehill, news in their starting lineup. Unfortunately, their leading scorer unable to go. Josh Morgan, averaging 15 points per game, out tonight. So that'll be a real hit for the Skyhawks on the road today. In what, despite the students not being on campus, gone for Thanksgiving, still a very, very solid atmosphere, as always, as you see Josh Morgan on the bench there. So that'll be a key missing piece for the Skyhawks. Fired up as always, Cam Jones ready to go, averaging 20 a game this year. Ben Gold wins the tap back, and with a smile on his face, Cam Jones will bring it up for the Golden Eagles.
Stonehill very much aware of the balance that Marquette brings.
And it's never forced with this Marquette team. They just flow so well under Shaka Smart. That's been the name of the game as a part of this 6-0 start to the season. Their best since the 2011-2012 campaign when they went 10-0 to begin that year. The Stonehill team likes to shoot the three.
48% of their shots are threes.
Go down low, though, right on cue, trying to throw us off early, Phil, as Chad Stinson gets the first bucket.
Great movement off of the curl. They do a lot of curling and a lot of slipping of screens.
That's something Marquette was looking out for. Three in the corner. There's your answer from deep. David Joplin coming off the 29-point game against Georgia. Hit 6 threes in that one. Marquette with wins over Purdue and Maryland as well in the first 6. That Purdue victory, a top 10 win already on their resume. It looks pretty good already, 6 games in.
The Stonehill action really relies on screens and then a screen the screener. You'll see it a lot tonight.
There it is. Mitchell staying with Nesbitt on top, and the shot clock just wound down. Phil, you mentioned those screens, the aggressiveness for Marquette defensively, a part of Shaka Smart's mindset, just stepping up and guarding tight. How effective is that going to be today?
Well, his whole thing is attack, attack, attack. In practice yesterday, he must have used that word dozen times, dozen times. Watch for their hands, their activity on the ball. They don't want to just heat you up. They want to steal your ball.
Speaking of attacking offensively, Chase Ross couldn't get that to go. Line in for the rebound is Chad Stinson, Hickory Grove, North Carolina native. This Stonehill team coming off back-to-back wins of 2 points or less. The last 2 decided by 3 points total. Win over East Texas A&M, 67-65, a physically taxing victory, but have struggled on the road since 2023. 3 from the arc, off the mark.
Again, they're comfortable with that kind of shot. Marquette wants to build on a rebounding advantage. When Shaka Smart talks about the next level for his team, he talked about rebounding the ball.
And Jones turns the corner, and that's the shot that Chris Cross and Stonehill want to take away from him, going to that left.
That's exactly right. That will not be a film clip that they want to see. They went over and over for a day and a half. Get him off of his left hand.
Herman Kofi dumped down low. Nice pass. Pretty finish as well from Chad Stinson, his second bucket.
Terrific cut.
Stevie Mitchell, fan favorite around here, one of the leaders of this group, and he gets an and one early on.
Another example of the attack mentality. It's not just transition attack, it's attack in the half court. He refuses the middle of the floor. Eyes up. That was a key for all young players out there. Get your eyes up on the rim. You have to see the target in order to hit the target.
Early substitutions for Stonehill. Chaz Stinson checks out. Louis Simona will check in. Stevie Mitchell, 21 points in that win over Purdue.
We'll see pressure here. Make or miss a free throw. Marquette will throw a 1-2-2. Pressure up there.
Part of their identity. Again, going to the cuts. Joplin did well to cut off the baseline. Another double in the corner. The long arms of Joplin wreaking havoc right in front of the Marquette bench.
I want to point this out. When you double team, it is not about stealing the ball. It's about heating that ball up and allowing your teammates to steal the pass. So many times you see a foul in that situation. It's not necessary. You have the guy in a disadvantage. Keep him there with the double team.
Just 4 on the shot clock for Chris Krause's group. Gonna have to get something off quickly here. They do not. Now Joplin can run with Stevie Mitchell. He gets all the way and takes it himself.
Shot maker right there. That young fella can score the ball. He fears not missing. That's a big plus for him.
Can make tough shots too when they need it. Again, a nice cut down low, leading to a bucket in the paint for Kofi, the Quebec City native, the true freshman. 9-6 start for Marquette on the home floor. He kicked out. First shot of the night from Parham off the mark. Offensive board. There's that rebounding he talked about.
Not an unusual shot for Parham. 61% of his shots are threes.
And not an unusual shot for Joplin either. I guess you could say contested look, but he knocks those down.
This zone look is very interesting. How long they stay in the zone, or do they get into a man-to-man? Beauty of their communication is that Coach Smart calls this and puts them into a different set defensively.
That's deceptive for the opposing offense.
No question. Stonehill went over what they would do with that, and they were going to stick with their call. Even if they called a zone, they were going to stay with that for that possession.
Gold draws the foul after the steal on that last defensive stance. Good start for Marquette on the home floor. Up 11-6, over 5 minutes in. Beautiful shot, 5-serve form. Milwaukee the night before Thanksgiving, 11-6 the lead for the number 10 team in the country early on in this one. Jason Ross Jr., Phil Martelli bringing you back. Inside of that huddle, Phil, David Joplin coming off an excellent game against Georgia, was really stroking it from deep, and here we're seeing the 3-level scoring once again.
He is just a walking bucket. Plays off of others real well. Takes it in transition, length of the floor, and then a one-on-one ISO. Some guys just want to breathe out there. Some guys want to score. David Joplin wants to score.
Not a bad thing to have a guy that can go get you a bucket.
He will have some big, big nights in the Big East this year.
Shaka Smart wanted his team to come out with energy. Another great crowd tonight. He wanted them to set the tone on the home floor today. Credit Stonehill, though. They've come out confident as well in getting looks they want inside. We talked about their three-point shooting, but the off-ball movement looked pretty good, too.
Chris Krause mentioned to me today that, yes, he understood that they were overmatched physically. What he wanted to do was play 4-minute games. So in that 4-minute game, 11-6 with good execution, they can't turn the ball over against this pressure. This will happen all night long after every free throw.
Trey Norman in now for Marquette. Simona enters it down low. They whip it out to the corner. Good look for three. Off the mark from Kofi. But another good shot for Stonehill.
Good offense. Good offense.
Stonehill team went 0-19 on the road last year. They've begun this season 0-3 on the road. Joplin hits another three.
Young fella. He wants that turkey to taste good tomorrow.
He's earning the turkey. Joplin averaging 15 a game early on this season. Nice late pass. Really good decision down low, leads to a Brogna bucket.
Interesting point. Brogna and Trey Norman with the ball right now played together at Worcester Academy on a great academy team.
Two Massachusetts natives. There's another three to go down. It's raining at this point for Joplin. He's got 13 points on 5 of 5 from the field, 3 of 3 from deep. Hasn't missed yet. 13 of Marquette's 19, and a good chunk of this run has come off the hands of Joplin. An answer from long distance from Kofi on the other end. I feel like he could be a really good player, really good three-point shooter, 40% from deep so far in the season. You got to go heat check here for Joplin, right?
This call will be for Joplin.
He ultimately does touch it off the rebound. Opts to kick it out, though. Norman in the corner this time.
The Marquette staff is really looking for their bench to lift up here. Their freshmen and sophomores have to get older in order for them to keep moving forward as a national power.
I know you feel that's going to be a real difference maker. That bench develops. Nearly halfway through this first half. Brogna, another back cut, sealed off, double came. Speaking of some of those younger players getting the mix, at Parham, the freshman who's been probably their most consistent, best player off the bench so far. He's 4 seconds on the shot clock. See Caden Hamilton checking as well, redshirt freshman, redshirted last year to develop. Herman Kofi checked out for Stonehill. He's been really key so far for them, and an impressive early efforts. We'll see how they operate without him on the floor with 4 seconds on the shot clock here.
Really smart substitution now because they can use the media timeout to get him a little bit extra of a blow.
That's right. Getting it up is Muser, but not in time. Short in the shot clock violation. Shaka Smart always has a different read going. He's reading the confident mind right now. Always has his players thinking in some way or another.
Deep thinker, but good man. That cliche, better man than he is a coach, and he's a hell of a coach.
You're right, it's not a cliche for him, it's true. Parham lost it in the lane. Can Stonehill keep this a single-digit game here within 8? Halfway through this opening half.
Big time right now for Marquette, for the development Marquette. 4 bench players on the floor.
This is the test that you wanted to see, this second unit. Simone kicks it out. Good ball movement led to a Muser 3, and the tap out finds Parham.
That's a 5-man. 70% of his shots are threes.
We met Caden Hamilton earlier today, who has the ball right now. Shaka Smart wants him to have a physical game today. Norman with a physical play, leaks the ball, finding Parham. He can dig into the paint. Couldn't finish off the glass. Maybe third time's the charm. At least to draw a foul here.
Working the glass, working that glass. The first shot's not a great one, but the second one, he went and got it. That's the attack mentality.
Marquette up 19-11, 10:54 to go. We just went in the huddle with Shaka Smart.
Just went 4 minutes with no deflections, man. That's not us. All right? Don't get so caught up in what they're doing that we get away from our foundations. Violence, multiple efforts, deflections. Okay? Good job on the glass, Trey.
Really big part of Shaka Smart's program is it's us, not them. And he believes in those foundations, and he repeats them every drill, every practice that I've been able to watch.
Part of that mentality today as well, Phil, is said you can't wish for an opportunity. You got to make it happen, especially the younger players like the one at the line right now.
If I can get that quote for you, Jason, how he stated it was, force me to play you. That's what he said to them yesterday. It was the backup group, force me to play you. Don't wish for me to play you.
Getting offensive boards off free throws helps your case. A couple of players got tangled up. Down low, Parham. And then hitting the deck there was Stinson, who's off to a good start in this one for Stonehill. It is the second on Stinson. Starter for them. Kofi comes in fourth. Stevie Mitchell back in for Marquette.
Stevie Mitchell very vocal with his teammates, both yesterday and today.
And Kofi fresh off the bench, fresh legs, right at Ross.
Great looking freshman.
And stepping up on a stage like this too, really impressive. Nice up and under. Speaking of the freshmen, there's a redshirt freshman, Caden Hamilton with the bucket.
Great pass by Owens on the penetration. Share the game. That's the Marquette style.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock for Stonehill. Nesbitt, nice shot. Brad Student started the first 4 games, came off the bench the last 4. I know you like that jumper, Phil. That's your guy. Owens knocking down the 3.
My eyes popped out watching him practice yesterday. Energy, effort, skill, length. I'm not a cliche guy, but he's got it.
Youngest of 9 in his family. Really a lot of potential. User, what an answer. Seems like early on Stonehill has the answer each time. Staying within striking distance, only down a couple of possessions here.
Again, to repeat myself, User the center.
And now I see why you like the shot throw.
Come on now.
You saw it in practice last couple of days, and it's shown off in the game.
I don't know if you noticed, this isn't my first game.
No, it's not.
I've seen some games.
You've been doing this since the late 70s. You've seen a few shots here and there.
Man, I wish it was just the 70s.
Was I kind with that?
Yes, you were. Thank you.
That's what I'm here for, Phil, to be kind to you. Again, Muser back-to-back threes. You said it early on. Both of these teams shoot a sky-high percentage from deep. Good chunk of their shots come from deep, and they're falling. It's been a good flow to this game. Backside pressure. Hamilton wasn't phased. It did get tipped. Owens went 3 in a row. There it is.
My man, your gift card is in the mail.
Breakout party day for the freshman. He had a couple of preseason injuries as well and fought through them. Looks to be in full form, full health now. Quick, 9 points from long range for Demarius Owens, 3 of 3.
Sidestep. Ooh. just have to go with turkey. I'm just a straight turkey guy. I'm not much into the potatoes. I would like a good corn, though.
I see. I love it. I got to give a shout out to my mom's green beans. By the way, here's Braden Smith's numbers this year and what he did against Marquette. Marquette won that game. Stevie Mitchell was matched up on him, did a really good job against Smith in that game. But again, that's tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern on FS1.
Had a chance to talk yesterday after practice with Stevie Mitchell. He's a young guy that I recruited outside the Philadelphia area. And all he wanted to talk about was how willing he is to guard whoever his assignment is. And his idea is not to win his matchup, but to dominate his matchup.
That was Mitchell right away defending the ball. Joplin, Mitchell, Jones, Gold, along with Owens, who's had the last 9 for Marquette. Good defense without fouling there from Gold. The starters back in outside of Owens. Joplin, nice spin move. He had an excellent start. Picking up where he left off.
Be out there, watch the low man help for Marquette. Exceptional almost every single time. It's like a clinic. You draw an X where he should be, and that player will appear for Marquette.
Does that low man help prevent the back cuts that we're seeing?
Well, it should. It hasn't yet. But like on that last play, Gold getting a block was because he was perfectly positioned.
3 on the shot clock. They rip away. Now Owens hopping the other way. Nearly lost it. Kick out Gold. A lot of his shots come from 3. Pace pushing the pace of their way. Stonehill will draw a foul here. Free throws coming up.
As much time as Stonehill spent on transition defense, they talk transition offense. They wanted to run in this game when the opportunity presented itself. Here it is. Against Marquette, you need to make sure you're going to get fouled. So don't be looking around.
McWin at the free throw line. The Stonehill team again coming in off back-to-back wins. Games combined by 3 points total. East Texas A&M win was by 2. Stonehill out of the NEC, just their 3rd year as a D1 program. Chris Krause, their head coach, is a Stonehill alum. Made the trip up from Easton, Massachusetts. Under 7 to go. Nice rip away from Muser there, who's had a really good start to this game, both offensively and defensively. They're going to need him to play a lot of minutes tonight. Down 10, they were within 6 a few minutes ago. Muser's hit a couple of threes, didn't knock it down there. One thing Shaka Smart does want is for his team to get better, not surrendering leads. It's happened a couple of times this year in non-conference play. Stevie Mitchell, a guy who you can go to try to extend this lead.
That's a player development basket. Spend a lot of time, teams spend a lot of time on layups and finishes, and they do it outside of practice time. You can see it with this Marquette team. They are creative around the rim.
Nearly forced a turnover there. Good job just to keep it in bounds and keep time on the shot clock from Simona. Kofi with 4 on the shot clock. Tough look. Credit Cam Jones with the defense. Joplin gets a screen from Owens here. He can go to work off it and drew a foul.
I have to give a shout out to that young man guarding Joplin. He's from outside of Philadelphia. He played in the Philadelphia Catholic League, where I started my career at Cardinal O'Hara High School. He's a graduate of Cardinal O'Hara High School. Went to grade school in the church at the church where I was married 48 years ago.
That's a good
There's
omen.
A connection now.
It's a
Come
good
on.
omen and a good connection. been diving deep into the notes. There's Joplin's first miss.
Very undersized right now with Stonehill. They'll play through their big men.
Foul and one. Using the quickness there on the cut, Nesbitt will go to the free throw line for one more. Grad student from Newport News, Virginia.
Everybody looks at the guy and says, well, you gave up that layup. Shaka Smart in his film study will say you did not put ball pressure on. They use hand activity. That's the terminology that they use. They did not have it on the big man for Stonehill, who made a terrific pass. It's not always the guy that scores that makes a terrific play. It's the pass that leads to it, or the screen.
A lot of unheralded aspects of this Marquette offense as well. That bucket won't go down as unheralded. Really nice effort from Cam Jones and finishing on the opposite side of his strong hand.
Great point right there. He went to his right and
Backcourt violation here. So this is going back to Marquette. Really nice last bucket here.
And he's able to go to his right and get the ball back. He shoots into the defense on that. It's a difficult shot. But when you have wide shoulders and a big chest like Cam does.
Joplin the run. Could see the seas part for Joplin. Threw it down to the authority, and Marquette has their largest lead.
Playing through their big man against Stonehill. They're going to fight to stay in this 4 minute. This is that 4 minute game. They want to at least get out with a push in a 4 minute game.
This is it. Huge 4 minute stretch here for Stonehill. And a good start to it with the bucket from Nesbitt. Gold, no hesitation there. You said about 80% of his shots right now coming from long distance.
It's two centers for Marquette. 80% of Gold's shots, and Parham is at over 60%. It's a formula that they're using.
That's basketball in 2024. Ross rips that off the rim. Joplin 17 first half points has been cooking on the home floor.
Yes.
Lowry walked with it.
He's a perfect example of playing fast when this game is for quick. Middle of the floor. The middle of the floor, no help.
41-27, Marquette leading it, nearing the halftime mark, 3:28 to go. Another really good crowd night before Thanksgiving here. Got to give some love to Stonehill on how the way they played offense. Coach Krause today, there was 11 dimes and 11 made field goals. It's pretty good. 11
assists and 11 field goals. You have to feel good. And that was what I picked up from them. They have a positive vibe. 4 wins already. Last year, their 4th win, not till February 24th. The term they used was growth. Growth, our journey. We're growing in our journey. Focused on the defensive end, but against this Marquette defense, to have 11 assists, that's playing the right way.
You're right. 3rd year as a member of the NEC conference and returning just to 1 starter, a new look group from last year, a year they want to forget, but a chance to really turn the corner. We've seen teams around the country doing it right now. DePaul in the Big East at 6-0. They've surpassed their win total from last year already. So it can be done, especially in this era where you can switch up your roster a little faster than you could in the past. Marquette on the opposite side of the group that doesn't use the portal. They haven't had a D1 transfer over the last 3 years come in, which is incredible in its own right. how Shaka Smart's building this program with keeping his theme, recruiting the type of athlete, the type of student athlete that he wants to be a part of this program. And it really is a continuity mold that comes together. The back cut has been a key part of the offense today for Stonehill. Another pretty one there. And Nesbitt with another finish. 12th assist, by the way.
12th assist.
Yeah.
What a delivery.
The 12th made field goal. Nice job to get to the rim for Cam Jones. Opposite side, Chris Krause said that can't happen.
Can't let him get to his left hand. That was a spectacular shot. It looks simple. This Marquette team makes creative baskets at the rim.
Trying to get out and run. The deflections, the steals are really key elements of this excellent 6-0 start for Marquette, number 10 team in the country. Cam Jones is 20 points per game. A key part of it as well. Right on cue. He steps back and drains a three. That's a tough look.
One of the things they had mentioned to us is that his three-pointer wasn't as prolific in the last couple games. He heard them. Hands.
Hands in the lane, and Hands throwing it down. Lowry with the finish. That 4-minute window you mentioned, Phil, it's turned into a 7-0 run for Marquette, and the lead has vaulted up to 19. Under 2 to go in the opening half. Feels like Stonehill needs this.
Let's remember, Stonehill, without their leading scorer, where are they going to go in these times of crisis?
Great point. Josh Morgan not playing today, 15 points per game. Can they get out and run here? They might have numbers if they do. Parham got back into the play. Joplin defending. They were looking for
another deflection.
Yep, they count those. Joplin able to finish and the foul, but credit Phil the deflection at the other end.
There's no doubt about what Marquette believes in. They practice it and they put it into play. It's not about the opponent. It's about what they believe. Finish.
So unselfish there too from Cam Jones.
Scorers have a way. You never end up wondering, well, did they get enough shots? No, they're going to figure out enough shots. His eyes up. This Marquette team plays with their head up, and they're not zeroed in on pounding the ball.
It's a new season high for first half points for Marquette this season. Night before Thanksgiving, Marquette fans feasting on an unblemished record right now. Feeling pretty good over this next minute.
Everybody is in the right spot. They cover the next man's back.
And that's been another tough bucket. He does not stop moving. Under minutes ago, you can see Nesbitt taking a deep breath. He's done a lot of the work for Stonehill over the last 4 minutes and change. Has their last 9 points.
The ball pressure has changed.
Nice look for Kofi. Couldn't hit it. What do you mean by that? Ball pressure has changed?
There was space before. The passer was able to turn up the floor, get his shoulders and his vision to see the cutter. On that last possession, that did not happen.
Shot clock off.
Slip.
Jones dishes. Norman searching. Got it off in time. And a 20-point lead for Marquette heading into the locker room. Well, coming up at the half, sponsored by Jeep. You can see the first half highlights. Mike Hill, Casey Jacobson in the studio. Some highlights around the Big East and around the country to take a look at. Have some David Joplin highlights as well to take a look at. He had 20 points on 8 of 9 shooting in that first half for Marquette. A key part of a really good start at home today for the Golden Eagles. Everyone got involved as per usual for Shaka Smart's crew. They were raining down the triples, hit 8 of them. 20-point Marquette lead getting set to go in this second half of action. Jason Ross Jr., Phil Martelli, welcoming you back to Fiserv Forum. Well, Phil, you just pointed out something to me. It's a 20-point game, but it's felt like really good basketball throughout the course of this one.
We've had 3 teams do a really good job. The referees have let these young men play the game. There's been no nonsense, no trash talk, no gyrations. Quite an enjoyable half for sure.
Yeah. Shout out to our officiating crew, Lamar Simpson, Justin Albrecht, and Connor Mooney, who have done a fantastic job tonight.
I will tell you this, Jason, sitting here,
how do you feel?
The referees,
are they a little, are you on their side now?
I've always been with them. I've always been with them.
Okay.
I think a number of times I got Man of the Year from the Referees Association.
Okay. These are things you're saying now that you're on this side of the court. Your new vocabulary.
After a long,
I'm not saying you're wrong.
After a long stretch over there and thinking, I could do your job. I knew I could do their job. I'm talking about the referees, not you, Jason. You're as good as they come.
It's a brand new Phil Martelli and a brand new half here in Milwaukee. Nice fake from Ross.
Finishing with his offhand.
Yeah.
But they let him get to his left hand. Can't tell you how many times that was repeated in practice and the shoot around today.
Stonehill team at 4-4 on the season, back-to-back wins. Again, their leading scorer, Josh Morgan, out, averaging 15 a game.
A very subtle change has occurred. Wow.
No, there you go. We got to pull up your resume here because it is long, Coach.
Been doing it a long time. This is a new iteration. So
what's not on there is Rogner gets the bucket is the initial JV head coaching job you told me about. What year was that?
1976, Cardinal O'Hara High School.
You told me Fran McCaffrey was one of those players that you coached against.
First high school game, December the 8th, 1976, in the Palestra, best college basketball in America.
Billy.
Fran McCaffrey playing for LaSalle College High School.
Fran McCaffrey, of course, now the head coach of Iowa. Men's basketball, one of the winningest coaches in Big Ten history. Across to the media side now.
It's all right.
You're loving it, though. You're sounding great, doing great.
They always told me I could talk. They didn't always say it made sense, but they told me I could talk.
I love listening to you talk. I think it all makes sense.
Side ball screen action, big part of Marquette's half-court offense.
Joplin's the one who can attack the lane. The shovel was Aaron's. A good defensive stance, though, from Stonehill again.
That's a big part of his game that has to improve. He's one of the few players on Marquette that has a negative assist-to-turnover ratio. He left his feet and didn't know where he was going to go with that ball.
Generally, this Marquette team not going to beat themselves. Kofi in the corner.
That switch by Marquette. The 5-man is now guarding the 4-man for Stonehill.
Stevie Mitchell, nice scoop, couldn't finish. Stonehill team that kept this within a single-digit game for a good chunk of the opening half. They had 12 assists on their first 12 made field goals. The off-ball movement has been aesthetically pleasing tonight when they're in the half court. There it is, right on cue, but the double comes. Got a foul call, the help was there.
In the first half, we had talked about that low man help from Marquette. It was there again because on the initial look, that looks like a dead layup. There's a second Marquette defender there.
So Stinson will go to the free throw line. They Hickory Grove, North Carolina native, oftentimes in double figures for this Stonehill team. Simona checks in for Stonehill, along with Mellis. Nesbitt checks out. He at one point had 9 straight points, so we'll see how Stonehill operates without him. Space for Ross to roam. Joplin hit his first few threes. There's his 4th of the night. Marquette team has been a flamethrower from deep collectively. 9 threes on 16 attempts, 56% from long range. Nice cut, nice finish as well. Brogna able to get the bucket. Another Massachusetts native. Got to look out the other way though. Chase Ross speeding the floor. He's been a menace defensively and offensively.
That downhill attack by Mitchell, Jones, and Ross going to carry Marquette a long way.
A 7-point jump in points per game so far for Ross this year. Nice floater. Good touch there. It's Kofi again getting the bucket. Doesn't look like a freshman out there on this stage. And one opposite way. Cam Jones, I believe he went back to his left there ultimately to finish it.
Everything this half is Marquette going at the basket. Yes, Joplin made a jumper, but it came off of Jones turning a corner and throwing back. Creativity. Jason, that's a lot of time spent 1-on-0 in a gym or working with one of these magnificent assistant coaches. They get shots up like that. You always hear game speed, but there's also like a game style shot that you have to take. That's one, you can't make that up. That's not in a drill, but it has to be in your mind to be that creative. And what are we going to see? Like clockwork, we're going to see pressure defense now.
Trey Norman comes in. Stevie Mitchell checks out. Cam Jones gets a breather as well. Royce Parham comes in, so another quick rotation for Shaka Smart, very similar to how the first half looked. There's that press. Passing's been strong for Stonehill. Doesn't stay in one hand very long. Leads to a 3 there. That was a pretty break of the press, and Simona knocks it down.
Another guy, 75% of his shots are threes. Do what you do.
Speaking of do what you do, Chase Ross.
So the call is 3. It's a 3-2 zone. It's a matter of how long they'll stay in this.
Did they just switch out of it?
They're now man-to-man.
Nice tight defense down low from Norman. He was really good in practice yesterday. Still searching for his consistency on this end. Joplin turns the corner. A pirouette in the paint to go along with a pump fake. And it leads to free throws.
Utilize the spin dribble. You don't see that often anymore.
Just under 5 minutes into the second half. Marquette attacking the basket. Fans here thankful for the 6-0 start for Marquette men's basketball. Their 56 wins over the last 2 seasons, most over a 2-year stretch in program history. We talked earlier, Phil, about Shaka Smart, how he recruits to the ideal athlete for this program, the ideal student athlete for this program. Just announced the signing of another excellent class. My cousin Adrian Stevens at the Bullis School, a part of the class. Right?
Got a little family love.
Proud
Looking
of you,
for more of
Age.
that green casserole now.
The family dinners, family hooping time, and watching Adrian growing up, and now it's signing with Marquette. Proud of you, Age. We are living our dreams, man. Michael Phillips, a part of that class as well. Ian Miletic, Nigel James. It is a great class coming in for Marquette. All players who are going to, again, fit the mold for this program moving forward. So really cool stuff, and definitely really cool for our family.
Bank this. They're quality young men before they're basketball players, or you're not coming to this program. I do have a question, though. I do have a question. For our crack research staff out there, they were kind enough to put my resume up there.
Yes.
I have a career record against Shaka Smart. I don't know what it is, but I wonder what it is.
Do you know what it is?
No, I have no idea.
Why do I feel like you know what it is?
No, I don't. I do know that we won an Atlantic 10 championship against Shaka Smart.
So you know
I do know
of the record. We'll get the crack research team on it.
He had Mo Ali Cox, a tight end for the Indianapolis Colts. He was on a team that we beat for a championship.
You and Shaka have a great relationship. It was cool seeing him pick your brain earlier today. And his team's looking good again. That three-point shot's been looking good for Nesbitt in this one.
The NEC is going to have to pay attention to the Stonehill team. This is not last year's Stonehill team. Obviously, they're going to have to get off the Schneid on the road. But they've had a nice showing here.
The road has been the issue for Stonehill, but again, this team feels so different than the group last year that went 0-19 on the road. It's a group playing with a different energy, 4-4 on the year. They've gotten good looks today. Another possession with a good look.
And it's worth mentioning again, their leading scorer is not playing.
Exactly. And still looking like they're in the flow of their offense pretty well. But Marquette has shot over 60% for a good chunk of this game. On this end, 65% now. Josh Morgan, 15 points per game, out again today.
They played Monday night in a physically challenging game.
Texas A&M.
They travel different, right? They travel at this level. They travel commercially. They left 6 a.m. from Boston. Did very little in a practice last night. Played with a lot of energy and shoot around today. And they've answered the bell in terms of transition offense and transition defense. Chris Krause has a nice way about it.
He's a Stonehill alum. Simona has a good jumper. Who else has a good-looking jumper? Your guy, Demarius Owens, turns on the Jets here. He's had a really good game. The 3 triples early on, 3 in a row. Joplin's leading the way for Marquette with 25.
My man Owens there, a little bit too fast, but got bailed out with the foul call. It was the right call.
Gets to the rim again. Is that another adjustment, just letting things slow down for you?
Well, there's no question that young players think that the game is fast and the game is quick. This is not a game for fast. Fast athletes run track. Quick athletes play basketball. Quick decisions, quick movements.
There's some quick ball movement. Leads to a pretty 3. Goes down. The 3rd triple for Muser. His 3rd year in the program, 1st year as a starter. Joplin give him 27 on the night. Coming off the 29-point game, why not back it up with 27 more today?
And again, Jason, looking at the 4-minute increments here, over an 8-minute period, and this is what Shaka Smart talked to us about, Stonehill's winning this first 8 minutes by a point. Shot challenge. Well done by Joplin there.
Foul called. Norman will go to the free throw line when we come back. 69-50. Marquette leads it on the home floor here in Milwaukee. Special every year. Wolverines have won 3 in a row. That's going to be a big one. Throughout the records in the rivalry. Noon Eastern time, big noon, and a big game on Fox.
I had the opportunity to experience that game once when I was at Michigan. And I thought I knew what big-time football was about. And then that game was different. It was just a different atmosphere.
Our Fox crew does a great job with it every year. Fun weekend of sports coming up. We got hoops on Thanksgiving Day. FS1, men's and women's hoops.
Just remember, we'll see some form of press here from Marquette.
A nice rebound from Hamilton. Threw it away, but a good physical play. Opposite way. Finish wasn't in store there for Stinson. Tapped around, pinballing around. Muser comes away with it. Searching for options, and he got tied up. Arrow's going to go the other way.
Just feel everybody on the Marquette bench rooting for Norman to get something started. You don't want a guy to walk up to a foul line and go 0 for 2.
That is beautiful stuff from Cam Jones.
Creative shooter. Across the board, the Marquette team again. Creative at the rim.
Jones the rebound on this end. Part of the fabric of that Shaka Smart mentality. Mitchell and Jones, this backcourt, they have their own podcast as well. They got the chemistry on the floor and on the mic. Owens, nice pass. Beautiful pass as well. Hamilton to finish.
Way to share the game.
Podcast is called the Cam and Stewie Show. That was just the Marquette show on display there.
Turnover all set up by the switch. Hamilton came up and into the ball. A lot of teams switch. Offhand pass. Left-hand bounce pass. Why? Because they emphasize skill in their practice sessions.
Marquette, by the way, going with the retro throwback gold unis today. Wore these from 2007 to 2011. Fans were pumped up for them. Looking pretty clean. Owens, that's a clean drive.
As he gets stronger, that's going to be a finish with his left hand.
8-0 Marquette run.
Jason, it was brought to their attention that they were losing this half by a point.
Had to catch up, though.
Shaka talked to us about that. He wants sustained excellence was his turn.
Three well short. And he also talked about stepping on throats as well. You don't want to give up the lead. Nice transition break though from Stonehill.
Not a great turnover for one of the best league guards in America.
Owens, you mentioned getting stronger. Looked pretty strong there. He's got a body that scouts are going to like.
This one makes me feel like I should play the lottery tomorrow because I can pick the numbers.
Mitchell poised, pushing it up. His teammates flexing for him. 79-52, largest lead for Marquette grows. Mentioned they're rocking the throwbacks, and they're playing good, they're looking good, and they're feeling good tonight in Milwaukee. Then bringing back one of the most popular uniforms in college basketball tonight, the throwback 2007 to 2011 goals. You see some of the players who have worn them. Jimmy Butler, one of the names. Got Jay Crowder in there as well. Guys who have gone on to nice NBA careers.
You're telling me we're doing throwback? We're calling 2007 a throwback?
You're saying we should change the font there?
Well, I'm just... I do think, though, in 2007, I had a head of hair, so it probably is a throwback.
79-52. Jason Ross Jr., Phil Martelli.
People can't get the wrong impression here. Marquette is playing Marquette-style basketball. This is not running it up. This is not pouring it on. If you press every possession like they do out of a timeout, then that's what you should do in this situation. You're working on your game to get better for January, February, March, and they hope April.
It's a great point.
The outsider gets the wrong idea. Why are you doing that?
Marquette has Western Carolina on November 30th, but you look at the schedule after that. Iowa State, really good team. Wisconsin, Dayton. It's a really good Dayton team in the A-10 as well. They're picked to maybe win the A-10. They've already beaten Northwestern this year, so it's a tough schedule on the horizon here for Marquette, and they're working on every little detail they can until the final whistle today. We'll be right back here on FS2. (79-52) Marquette up. 7:53 to go in the half. So, Phil, we did get the crack research team back on the case here to try to decipher this record, and turns out Shaka's got one on you in 5 meetings all time.
I wonder if we ever beat them at home. They have a spectacular home court advantage led by a remarkable band and student. But I do know I have one. I do have one. I have a championship ring at home. 2014 Barclays Center.
March 16th of 2014.
There we go. We were good enough to beat them there and probably beat them at home, but never on the road. That style was havoc. They played you as hard as you could play, full court on every possession.
A second half wedgie there. 79-52.
Pretty good look at the end of the shot clock, though.
Yeah, they've gotten good looks all night.
And how about they get the ball back because it's their jump ball. A lot of time spent on inbounds plays, both teams, execution of and defending.
The passing has been gorgeous today for Stonehill. Racking up the assists. They've got 21 in the game. I mean, practically every bucket has felt like it's been assisted on. 21 of the 22, so yeah, almost.
They're maintaining their energy, Stonehill, as is Marquette.
Yeah. It feels like there's potential for this Stonehill team this year. They keep playing like this offensively. I know the numbers, you look at 54 points, 7:15 to go, but it has been so fluidly orchestrated today.
Spreading around some responsibilities. Young man who had the last bucket, Bates, came in. 12 of his 14 shots were from 3. He makes a back cut. There's growth in his game. The biggest growth that they've talked about is their defensive growth. And that's headed up by an old friend, Bill Hurrian, was the coach at Drexel, was the coach at New Hampshire, and now is the defensive guru for Stonehill. A lot of credit to Chris Krause, knowing that he wanted to do better, and he went and got a terrific teacher.
Good friend of yours, too.
Yes.
Spot up 3. Really impressive night for Owens, the first of hopefully many in a Marquette uniform for him. Nice slice and dice there for Mitchell.
Not going to change their defensive identity, not going to change their offensive identity. There's Bill Hurrian. Wonderful guy. What energy. I suggested to him last night, after watching practice last night and then the shoot around today, he should try decaf, though. He really should.
He's going 2 shots of espresso, but it's been working for him for a number of years. Could tell it was resonating, too. Winningest coach in New Hampshire history.
When I asked him last night why, after sitting out last year, but he volunteered at a high school last year.
Couldn't stay away from it.
He just said to me, he said 2 words, the gym. And I get it. I understand. There's something about wearing sneakers to work every day at 3:30.
Not bad. This Marquette team, tomorrow they're going to go to the Salvation Army and help prepare a Thanksgiving Day meal. All together, that mentality of being one as a team. All the staff is going as well. That's how they're going to celebrate the holiday together.
Jason, just to expand on that, one of the things that was beautiful about the way it was described to us was that they're willing to give up program-wide. Managers, coaches give up family time to help those in need, but they're not just preparing the food, dropping it off. They're staying to have conversation with the people that will come through the Salvation Army.
It's one of the many cool things that this Marquette program does off the floor. And on the floor, on track to remain unbeaten. Nice steal there. It'll go down as another deflection. And a tough fall there. Good to see Owens pop right back up. Continuing to count up
guys
those
playing the game.
Yeah.
Head up. Opposite hand, pass ahead. I think if we could crawl inside of Owens' head on that, he was thinking about maybe posterizing that young man. It's a great lift.
Parham will come back in.
Jason, he's an example of what we wish for all the players that enter college. You want them to play 120 games in that neighborhood, healthy. Because what an experience it is to play college basketball at any level, Division I, II, or III. All players out there wish for their health. Not for that they play minutes or get shots, get accolades. It's about the opportunity to play 120 games. And when you're in a program like Marquette, it's probably closer to 140 games because there's postseason involved.
That's true. They've had their deep postseason runs in recent years under Shaka Smart. Their goal as a national title this year, 56 total wins over the last 2 seasons. That's the most over a 2-season stretch in program history. They're hoping to get, speaking of health, Sean Jones back at some point, recovering from the ACL injury last year. He's been practicing, looks good, just getting his comfort level back to a point where he can play in game. He's going to be a really key part of the defense and offense. Just a gritty defender. Doesn't matter how big the guy is who he's matched up against. He doesn't back down.
Had a chance to participate against him last year. Michigan, we came in a secret scrimmage. No one knew about it. And we had a secret scrimmage here. He did really well for Marquette.
And lost him last season. Right knee injury in the game against Butler, but he's going to be so immensely impactful when he does make his way back.
In these situations, you could start to see the legs from the Stonehill players starting to give in a little bit. They've had a couple of errant long-range shots, and we know 48% of their shooting is from 3.
Yep, start to see him come up a little short.
And they're getting hurt on the offensive glass now.
Ross, another attack, another finish.
Jason, you told me that the fans here at Marquette are expecting one thing or hoping for one thing. They might have to change their plans for late March around here.
In order to get to that hope, you think it's growing the bench depth?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Because as much as you pray for and hope for great health, you're not going to have that. You want big nights. Who's that next guy? Who fills in? And the way they practice is getting these guys prepared. I was amazed yesterday to watch rotation versus rotation in a full court. I think it was a 4-minute game, maybe they called it. But it was the top 10 players were not just the scout team, which we have to give them a shout out. They do exceptional work in getting their teammates ready. And then when the bright lights come on, they're willing to cheer. They celebrate small plays in this Marquette program. If we were to center on their bench, they're up on how you screen, how you share the ball, on a good block out, not just buckets. So the scout team, invaluable to what they're doing.
There's another deflection that don't chart over on that bench. You know, throwing a manager shout out as well.
Oh, the managers, they're my favorite people.
The best.
The young man yesterday who was taking me to Stonehill's practice, 30 minutes away, said he wasn't going home. Wasn't going home because we are serving food.
Together, the Salvation Army tomorrow for this Marquette team. That's how they're celebrating their Thanksgiving Day. Also going to celebrate that dunk there from Barham. He gets out defensively now. Trying to lock down the final few minutes. Nice series of pump fakes there. There's one thing Marquette was expecting at the shoot-around today was quite a few of the pump fakes from Stonehill. Nice effort there from McGuinn. He'll go to the free throw line. Marquette does have some really cool practices and just different rituals that they do after practices, after games. Coach Smart has the players write in their journals, kind of keeping track of their thoughts in a constructive fashion. He has his daughter do the same thing after her soccer games.
There we go. Jason, hold on. I need to get home to Philadelphia, so I have to call out this young man again. Philadelphia Catholic League product from Cardinal, O'Hara. St. Dorothy's grade school. Come on, you got to do your research, Jason.
That's why the free throws went in.
I heard you were the best at doing research.
I'm working with the best at doing research.
He did ask me yesterday, Mr. Martelli, what are you doing here? I was like, well,
see the Philly connection. There's the connection from deep for Norman. It's a Boston, Massachusetts connection.
The standard is the standard. Look how they guard the ball. They blow up that handoff, share the ball. Careful.
Another run out. Norman able to finish. Coach Krause calls timeout. say most of Norman's buckets tend to come in the lane, but he stepped it back and knocked down the three here, Phil.
They work on that handoff often.
.92-55. Marquette's field goal percentage right now. Take a look at it. 68%. 67.9 to be exact. Last time they shot over 65% in a game was 2002. And this is a single game record right now. If it keeps up here by that 0.5%, 1982. So this is a potential record-breaking night for Marquette from a shooting standpoint.
I also believe that for the people that are out there, in the biggest bar night of the year.
Yes.
Wednesday before Thanksgiving.
Are they still locked in?
They're still watching. And for the people out there, this is aesthetically pleasing because the ball's going in the basket. We're not walking to the foul line. Ball's not flying all over the place. We don't have to protect each other over here.
So you're saying they're waiting another 3:18 here for their post-game drink of choice?
Maybe.
That's what we think they're doing.
They have to be locked in on the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Whatever we think is happening is happening. Nice shot.
Another assist.
22 assists tonight
on
for
23 baskets.
Yeah, that's how they play. Owens' second effort, third effort, tapped out. Loose ball corralled.
Interesting that Owens played point guard. Shaka brought that to our attention today, that he was capable of playing the point guard. They allowed him to do that out of the timeout. Continuing to work on getting better.
I feel like he's such a gifted athlete. Parham. Nice rebound from Hamilton. Bodies go barreling down. No pull. Bucket is in for Caden Hamilton. For Stonehill, you mentioned, yeah, scores 94-59 right now, but Coach Krause talking about those, let's play 4-minute games and get better. Just like their final 4-minute game here to play.
And I like it. He's keeping his main guys on the floor. And a couple of the younger players.
Two on the shot clock.
They won't see anything like this in the NEC.
Yeah.
So it's the experience to build on. Here comes the scout team.
Here we go. Here in the Marquette bench and getting several names in. Jake Ciardo, walk on. Checking in. Cameron Brown, walk on. Jonah Lucas, walk on. AC O'Malley, another walk on.
For the 2 days I was here, these guys gave of themselves. It was remarkable how they gave of themselves. Even stepping out to rebound the ball while the starters and the rotation guys took shots. Most times you don't see that.
Jack Anderson also in, another former walk-on. Jack Anderson, Jonah Lucas, Casey O'Malley, Cameron Brown, Jake Ciardo, all in, all former walk-ons.
There's your research today when you brought that up.
Just following in your footsteps, and the fans love it here at Fiserv Forum. Anderson, nice pump fake, nice drive. Couldn't finish. Jack Anderson, he was a D3 transfer
from Keystone College in Pennsylvania.
He played a lot there. He wants to be a coach, by the way.
That's why he's here. Since he's from Pennsylvania, I didn't get a chance to bump into him. I have to find out if he's an Eagles fan or a Steelers fan. You have to declare it in the state of Pennsylvania. Now, where he's from, he could gravitate to the Giants.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody would admit they're a Giants fan this year, but
forget our NFL on Fox Thanksgiving Day coming up, of course. You didn't mention my Lions, who
Best
are
team in the
bound
NFL.
for the Super Bowl.
Is that right?
And they're bound for the Super Bowl. There's the Packers as well. They'll be on display tomorrow. Rebound from Anderson. Fans love it. Entire bench up. Three from Lucas.
I like that.
Off the mark. Love these moments.
For Anderson, a Division III coach who played against him sent me a note. Hey, if you get a chance to say hello, and by the way, he was 1-5 against us in his career when this young man coached him.
You and your records.
Rosemont College.
Jack Anderson can dribble it out. A convincing Marquette victory at home. Shaka Smart felt this was a big week when you look at the schedule on the horizon. Trying to take care of business today. They did just that. Shooting a sky-high 60% from the field. They win it 94-59. We'll be back talking with Shaka Smart when we return to Fiserv Forum. A big win for Marquette at home.